So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
On this occasion, we're gonna review about the film which titled, what's the title, guys?
Lion King.
That's true. So we're gonna review about the films, Lion King films, for fulfilling about our last projects on the first semester. So, but before we get into that, we need to introduce ourselves first. So let's start from me. My name is Rizky Kurniawan.
And then me, my name is Dedi Ariansyah.
I'm Muhammad Endrico Irawan.
And my name is Frans Sepdiwan Marbun.
And my name is Almulabin.
So, without any further ado, let's get started.
This review is walking gallery method. So just watch and let's go. Alright, it's me, Frans. Today I'm gonna review this film about the Lion King. So, Lion King is a classic animated film that include the genre about the musical storytelling, drama, animation, and adventure. So, in this genre about the Lion King is musical storytelling. In this film have a good musical and interesting music to tell and explain about the storytelling or all the story in this film. Drama, all the good dramatic action that the character takes is good with the fable story, with all that in drama. Lion King it's always incredible that that in this genre about the animation too. The animation is very fantastic and colorful with all the good animation that include in this film in Lion King with the adventure. The adventure is very interesting with that all the character is take an action with all the good action that why this film is it's good to everyone else then and that you must see and watch this film about because this genre about the musical storytelling, drama, animation, and adventure. I think that's all about me to explanation and review film with the walking gallery method. And my friend will continue to explain about to review this film. I think that's all for me, and thank you.
Okay, let's continue our review about this movie, The Lion King. And that was the genre of the movie. Now I will talk about the general story of this movie, The Lion King. So, The Lion King was released in 1994 by an United States animation producers called Disney Pixar. I thought it was one of the best animation out there when it was released. So, The Lion King, the story of this movie tells us about a young lion that is supposed to be, or that is destined to be the new king in the future for a land called the Pride Lands in Savannah, Africa. And yeah, before he becomes the king of this land, there was his father, Mufasa, but Mufasa was betrayed by his own brother, Scar. Yeah, Scar is the antagonist of this movie. So, after the Mufasa death, Scar take the throne and become the new king. But Simba, the main character of this movie, which is the sons of Mufasa, who is supposed to be the new king, was accused of killing his father, but it was actually not. So Mufasa flees his way into a carefree and met his old friend Timon and Pumbaa, and they reunited, and then they came back to the throne, Scars from the throne. So in the end, Simba will be the new king of this Pride Lands. Okay, now let's talk about the characters and all the voice actors that voiced them. So I'm not gonna mention all of the character, but I will only mention all of the character that played a big role in this movie. So first thing first, we have Simba. Simba is the main character of this movie, and of course, he plays a really big role in this movie. And as we all knew, Simba is destined to be the new king of the Pride Lands in Savannah, Africa. And yeah, there are two versions of Simba in this movie, the child Simba and the adult or young Simba, which both of them are voiced by one man, Matthew Broderick. And I think Matthew Broderick really did a good job on voicing both of them. Because why? Because in process of voicing these two, yeah, Matthew Broderick was able to transition the maturity of the child Simba into the young or adult Simba. So when you watch the movie, you can really feel the change of maturity of the voice of Simba from child Simba into young or adult Simba. And then we also have the the bad or antagonist character of this movie, Scar, which is the uncle of Simba who betrayed his own family. And Scar is voiced by Jeremy Irons. And then we also have Mufasa, the father of Simba. And Mufasa was voiced by James Earl Jones. We also have Rafiki. Rafiki is voiced by Robert Guillaume. We also have two memorable characters, Pumbaa and Timon, which is friends, which they are friends of Simba, and Pumbaa is voiced by Ernie Sabella. This is the guy. And then we also have Timon. Timon is voiced by Nathan Lane. And then we also have Zazu. And Zazu is voiced by Roman Atkinson. And then we also have Nala. Nala is voiced by Moira Kelly. And that's all the character of this movie.
So, back again with me, Frans, and today I will explain about the time and place. My friend Dedi already explained about the general story that we know as the main character is Mufasa and Simba. And now I'll be explaining about the time and place. So, time and place in the Lion King film is set in fictional African savannah that's specific to the Pride Lands. What is the Pride Lands? Pride Lands is a place where all the animals live under the rule of Simba and Mufasa, and all the animals in the savannah lives in there in the Pride Lands with the Mufasa as a king. And then the second place is exile location, which is we will know about the Mufasa and Simba. Simba will exile himself to go far away from the Pride Lands, that's the place where the Simba exile himself and go far away from the Pride Lands to find out the truth about his father's death. And the third place is Hakuna Matata Cave. Hakuna Matata Cave is a place where Simba meet Timon and Pumbaa as his friends, as his good friends. When they meet in there, Hakuna Matata Caves is a good place as a theme of this Lion King film, as a good place that you know will the iconic song and iconic place. There is a time and place included in Lion King film that you will know. I hope all that I explained to you, you will understand about the time and place in Lion King films. I think my friend will continue to review again about the Lion King film. So that's all for me. I hope you understand and thank you.
So, hello, my name is Arizal Akbar, and right now I'm gonna explain about some part of the movies that I'm gonna explain. is actually about the soundtrack that's being used in the movie. So fun fact that most of these composers is actually one of the most renowned composer ever in the film industry. And there's three names that I want to mention. The first one, probably most of people already know him. His name is Elton John. Was one of the most famous all-time singer. And the second composer is actually named Tim Rice. And the third one, the last one, is one of the most coolest maestro that I ever discovered in the movie industry. His name is Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's already always and has been doing composing and music for such a long time, ever since the 90s. And also, every single thing that he composed will always be a masterpiece. The one that actually stood up the most is actually the opening soundtrack for the movie. The title of the soundtrack is The Circle of Life. It is a way so that we could see the beauty and also the diverse atmosphere about the African land in the Pride Land that's being the setting place for the movie. And also the second soundtrack that I wanted to point out is in Hakuna Matata. It's actually a joyful and a very immersed soundtrack. In this scene that's being used, the soundtrack, there is Simba, there is Pumbaa and Timon that just singing along in the jungle and then just being happy and such. And also, so in conclusion, the soundtrack in this movie already portrayed and already been composed as the way that it is, so that it could deliver of how the scenes and how of the messages that the animators wanted to deliver to the audience is being sent through to the viewers and also the audience. So it made the soundtrack important as many single aspects that are in the movie. And so that's why The Lion King is considered as a masterpiece, because in that year, in the 90s, there's not much of a movie, especially an animation movie, that could make a good animation, especially a good soundtrack. So yeah, I think that's all about the soundtrack review. Thank you. So yeah, back again with me. So now I'm gonna explain about the special effect. Well, not really a special effect, but there any special tools or special things that being used by the production team in order to make the movie? Well, not really, but there is some unique way of the way that the producer team making the animation back in the day. Well, you already know that the movie is being created in the 1994. It's in the early 90s, so a lot of the animation were still traditionally made. So there's gonna be a hand drawing all the time. So most of the scenes, most of the characters in the movie is actually hand drawn and doesn't even rely on computer generated imagery, or in short, we call it CGI. But there is one software that's being developed in the early 90s that the animation uses. It is called the Deep Canvas. So what does the software do? So the software making the animators could do a three-dimensional rendering, so that they could make a huge imagery without even removing the traditional artistic of the traditional animation, so that they could rely on the software to make 3D scenes without even like clashing with the old traditional art of the animation. And yeah, I think that's it about the special effect that's being used in this movie. So yeah, thank you.
So I will be explaining the advantage of this movie. The movie Lion King has an extraordinary storyline which is enjoyed by all groups. The film is also very colorful with very bright colors and pleasing to the audience eyes. The iconic songs in the film are also very enjoyed which can be still enjoyed today. For example, the song Hakuna Matata. Alright, that's all for me, movie advantage, and I will continue it to my friend.
Okay, so back again. My name is Rizky Kurniawan. So just like Muhammad Endrico Irawan explained about the upside or the advantages of this film, I will talk about the disadvantages or the downside of the film. So what's actually the downside? So on these films, the downside is that other characters that besides the main character is not really that get enough highlights and also character development. So the main characters, the only main characters who get the main highlights and also the character developments enough, and the others is not. And that's why this will become the one of the disadvantages or the downsides of the films. So, and also there's some plot holes in the films. So for example, the Samba lives alone in the Sahara, in the Sahara desert, which not explain more about the details on that event. So that's why we call it plot hole, because there's no explanations, there's no clarity on that. So I think that's all the advantages and also the downsides. We're back into the another topic of the review. So let's go.
Okay, so the last thing in the Lion King film is the plot twist. Scar killed his own brother who was a king in order to get the title of king. Scar killed Mufasa with the plan of secretly harming Simba. When Mufasa is about to fall off the cliff after saving Simba, Scar appears in front of Mufasa instead of helping. He instead dropped Mufasa from a cliff which caused him to fall into the cliff and died because he was taken on by a herd of bison. After that, Scar comes to Simba and accuses Simba of letting his father die and then throws Simba out of his house. This is a plot twist in The Lion King, and thank you.
Alright, here's the ending. So, what's about the ending? How about the ending of the movie? So, actually, the ending is that Simba returned to his home with his more mature and also wiser personality. So, after he returned to his home, he had a purpose on his mind. So, what's the purpose actually? Well, the purpose is that he wants to reveal the truth of his father's death and also his own uncle's crime. So he wants to reveal that to the public. And then, even after he returned to his home, he still got suspected as the murderer of his own father by his own uncle, whose name was Scar. And to prove that wrong, they were having a fight each other. So Simba and also Scar were having a fight against each other to prove which one is true and which one is not. And the fight was really intense, even until Simba was almost fell off from the cliff. But suddenly, accidentally and also unintentionally, Scar was revealed his own crime. Well, this is almost impossible to happen in real life, but yeah, this is the movie. So Scar was unintentionally revealed his own crime, and also all the people already heard about that. And yeah, after hearing that fact that Scar was already revealed his own crime, Simba coming back stronger and fight against this Scar to beat him. And their fight was really intense and almost until the hill. So they fight each other until the hill. Scar was falling off the hill and got eaten by three hyena who were his own former colleagues. And that's the ending, which is, I think this is the good ending because antagonist was died, got eaten by three hyena who were his own former colleagues, which is ironic, and also the protagonist Simba was survived and got a good life and being happy. And yeah, I think that's all about the ending, which is happy ending and good ending. And yeah. Okay, I think that's all from us.
Yes.
So we already reviewed about all of these things, all of the topics that are available in this review films. What's the method of Frans?
The method is a walking gallery. We'll review about this film, this Lion King film. It's a masterpiece film that I will ever watch, because you can see all the genre, special effect, time and place, general story, and all the voice actor advantages. But in this
Advantages.
yes,
The
but,
downside.
but it still makes this film is masterpiece film, I think.
Yeah, even though there's advantages or downsides on the films is still be able to be able to
great
become the great film.
And don't forget about the plot twist. I think that's all for our in group one that we can explain to you about the review film Lion King with the walking gallery method.
So once again, thank you very much for watching till the end. I'm Rizky Kurniawan
And
and
I'm Frans Sepdiwan Marbun. We are from group one.
see you on the next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.